Welcome back to J-Car Mania, where performance meets personality. Today, we're diving deep into the 2026 Chevy Nova, a nameplate that's been resurrected with attitude, stealth, and a whole lot of power. This isn't just a car. This is a sleeper. And if you know sleepers, you know what that means. Unassuming on the outside, but an absolute beast under the hood. The 2026 Chevy Nova brings back that classic sleeper spirit, hiding ridiculous performance beneath its humble look. At first glance, you might even overlook it. The exterior doesn't scream for attention. No over-the-top design flourishes, no flashy wings or aggressive cuts. In fact, the average person might think it's just another compact American daily driver. Simple, clean lines, and a silhouette that hints more at economy than track day domination. But that's exactly what makes this car special. Chevy knew exactly what they were doing. They crafted the perfect modern sleeper. Under the surface, it's hiding a monster that can shame much more expensive, flashier cars. Now let's talk about what really matters: performance. Because once you press that start button and feel the Nova come to life, everything changes. The 2026 Nova offers two main powertrains, but the one we're here for is the real deal. The Nova SS Sleeper trim, built for those who know what they're looking for. This trim comes with a 6.2-liter LT 2V8, borrowed and slightly detuned from the Corvette Stingray, but still packing a serious punch. We're talking about 500 horsepower sent directly to the rear wheels through a slick shifting 8-speed automatic or, if you want to get wild, a 6-speed manual. And let's be clear, this isn't just some straight-line rocket. Chevy engineered the Nova Sleeper with a balanced chassis. It's got adaptive dampers, a limited slip differential, and enough tuning to make backroad driving just as exhilarating as a quarter-mile sprint. It grips, it bites, and when you want it to, oh, it slides. Rear-wheel drive purists will love how alive the Nova feels when pushed. This car doesn't just move fast. It feels fast, communicates through the wheel, and rewards skilled drivers. 0 to 60. Just under 3.8 seconds, tested. That's supercar territory, quarter mile, 11.9 seconds. And it does all this while looking like something your uncle would use to pick up groceries. That's what makes it beautiful. It's the ultimate wolf in sheep's clothing. The kind of car that shows up at a red light next to a Hellcat, stays quiet, and then leaves it behind before the first gear's even finished. Chevy made some smart decisions here. Instead of going full retro like Dodge did with the Challenger, they created a car that pays homage to the Nova nameplate with subtle cues, the squared-off taillights, the compact proportions, and a few nods in the badging, but this is very much a modern machine. And because it's a sleeper, the design doesn't scream. No loud decals, no visible hood scoops, no absurd tire widths, just clean, stealthy confidence. And while we're praising the Nova's performance, it's also worth noting how livable this car is. Despite its muscle car heart, it's not a punishing ride. Around town, it's compliant and comfortable. The suspension adapts well to potholes and imperfections. Steering remains light at low speeds and firms up nicely when you push the pace. The brakes are strong, with Brembo calipers doing the stopping in SS trim. And even though it's tuned to be thrilling, Chevy didn't forget that people still need to live with this car day to day. It's not just fast, it's smart. Fuel economy isn't exactly where the Nova shines, but considering the power on tap, it's not horrible. You'll get around 17 mpg in the city and 25 on the highway, depending on how restrained your right foot is. But, let's be honest, if you're buying a 500 horsepower sleeper, fuel savings probably aren't your top concern. Let's step inside for a moment. Because while the performance is the headline, the cabin deserves a quick mention too. This isn't some stripped-out racer. It's got a clean, functional interior with just the right amount of flair. The layout is driver-focused, with a slight cockpit curve to the dash. Materials are upgraded in the SS trim. Soft touch surfaces, contrast stitching, and real aluminum accents make it feel a notch above Chevy's usual compact offerings. The seats are supportive without being too aggressive. Chevy used a performance bucket that holds you tight in the corners but doesn't punish you on long drives. They're power adjustable, heated, and ventilated. The infotainment system is an upgraded 11.3-inch touchscreen with Google built-in, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a premium Bose sound system. It's fast, intuitive, and doesn't distract from the driving experience. There's also a digital driver's cluster that lets you customize what you see, whether that's G-forces, oil temps, tire pressures, or a full navigation view. It's practical, it's modern, and crucially, it doesn't feel overcomplicated. The gear shifter is a traditional stick, no silly buttons or toggles. Just good old-fashioned control. Rear seat space is decent for a compact, though if you're above 6 feet, you won't want to spend too long back there. The trunk, surprisingly spacious. It's deep, well-shaped, and can easily fit a couple of suitcases or a full grocery haul. Again, it's the theme of duality. Beast on the road, family-friendly off it. Now, what really sets the 2026 Nova apart from anything else in its price range is that it doesn't try too hard. It doesn't need to. It doesn't have to scream performance with loud colors or wild angles. It just delivers it. You'll find yourself giggling every time you punch the throttle. It's not dramatic, it's surgical. Power comes on smooth, then fierce. The traction control keeps things safe if you want, but switch it off, and the rear end will play. And the sound. Oh, the sound. That LT2 V8 isn't muffled into silence. It barks, it rumbles, it crackles on downshifts. You feel it in your chest. Yet when you're just cruising, it settles into a quiet hum. Dual mode exhaust valves do the trick, and you can customize the sound profile to match your mood, from stealthy to straight up savage. Chevy knew the kind of enthusiast who'd want this car. They knew we were tired of performance being tied to flash. They knew we wanted something that could fly under the radar but still outrun nearly anything else on the road. And they delivered. The 2026 Chevy Nova Sleeper is a reminder that performance isn't just about stats, it's about soul. And this car has plenty of it. It's also worth noting that because it flies under the radar, insurance costs and attention from the law tend to be lower. That's part of the Sleeper advantage. While the guy in the Lamborghini is getting all the looks, and all the tickets, you're already 2 miles ahead, cooling off the V8 and grinning ear to ear. Of course, it's not all perfect. There are compromises. Some might wish for a bit more refinement in the lower trims. And while the Sleeper design is a strength for many of us, others might find it too subtle. If you're looking for a rolling Instagram post, this isn't it. But if you're looking for raw, unfiltered driving joy in a package that doesn't announce itself, this might be the best bargain on the market. And speaking of bargain, the price starts just under $40,000 for the base Nova with a turbocharged 4-cylinder. But if you want the real deal, the V8-powered SS Sleeper, you're looking at a starting price in the low $50,000s. Fully loaded, it might touch $60,000. But think about what you're getting. A 500 horsepower rear-wheel drive manual V8 with modern tech, comfort, and the ability to smoke cars twice its price. That's value. Pure, undiluted value. This isn't just a comeback for the Nova nameplate. It's a statement, a shot across the bow of every overpriced, overdesigned performance car out there. The 2026 Chevy Nova Sleeper doesn't need to shout. It knows what it is. It knows what it can do. And if you're the kind of driver who gets it, you'll know too. So, if you're in the market for something that blends stealth, power, and everyday usability, keep your eyes on the Nova. Because the real ones, they don't need badges. They don't need wings. They just need a green light and a clear road. Thanks for watching J Car Mania. If you like this deep dive on the 2026 Chevy Nova Sleeper, hit that like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense car reviews, and drop a comment if this is the kind of performance car you've been waiting for. Until next time, keep your revs high and your radar low. This is J Car Mania, signing off.